Hey, and welcome to Daddy Mojo. It's the podcast where we'll talk about parenting, all-age comic books, toys, and more. Now, here's your host, Trey Burley.
Let's say you don't like to read. Well, you're on the wrong channel, first of all. Let's say you don't like to read, and you don't like manga, and you don't like action, and you really don't like magic. You don't like all those things. I hear ya. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Fantasy Sports 1 knows that you don't like those things, but somehow manages to put them all into a package that says, you will love this by the time you finish reading it, and man, that is so true. Fantasy Sports 1 was originally released in 2015. It was repackaged to some extent. Not sure what's new about Fantasy Sports 1, but Fantasy Sports 1... man, it's so much fun to read. It's a graphic novel. It's an oversized graphic novel that's action, adventure, magic, and it's drawn in kind of a violent, archaeological manga way. And not violence as in senseless violence that's just stupid and baseless, just with action and with monsters and with skeletons. And this is the kind of graphic novel that is going to be great for 5th graders and up. It's slightly bigger than most graphic novels too, so readers will get that extra confidence like, hey, look at this, I'm reading a big kid book. Yippee-ki-yay. And it is a big kid book, but it's also a book for reluctant readers who are in upper elementary school, but it's also a graphic novel for people who just want to read and have fun. So if you're in middle school or high school or older, you're going to like it too, because it really lends itself to such energy and such a fun time to read. Because at the end of the day, if it's not a fun book, if you don't enjoy reading it, you're not going to read it. This is a book. It's a graphic novel that you are going to want to read. You're going to want to share this with your friends and say, look what I found before you did. Now read it, and they're going to be like, wow, this is really great, and it really is amazing. Every middle school library in my area should have this, yours too, because it really runs with so much enthusiasm. It's just symptomatic. It really is great. Fantasy Sports 1 from Sam Bosma. Thus the title Fantasy Sports 1. Look at that! Fantasy Sports 2 is also coming out, and it's probably already out. Who knows? It's from one of our favorite publishers, Flying Eye Books. Flying Eye Books, No Brow Books. They both have such a way of producing unique tentpole things that are so full of action that you love them for different reasons, and this is no exception to it. It's Fantasy Sports 1, and it's going to be great for grades 5 and up.
Thanks for listening to Daddy Mojo. Be sure to tune in next time. For more information on any of the things we talked about today, just check out the website, daddymojo.net, or hit us up at Daddy Mojo on social media.